Now let's consider three literary terms that are often confusing to people: biography, autobiography, memoir. Are they all the same or do they differ? If they are not the same, how are they different? Well, to answer the first question, yes, autobiographies, biographies, and memoirs are different. To answer the second question, the following definitions will help to explain how they are different. A biography is a non-fiction story of a person's life told by someone else. Basically, you do not write your own biography. Someone else does. So, if I write the story of President Buhari's life, for instance, I have written a biography, and I will be the author of such a book. An autobiography, on the other hand, is a non-fiction story of a person's life written by that person. In other words, the author is writing about his or her own life. If I write the story of my life in a chronological way from birth till now, then I have written an autobiography. A memoir is the story of someone's life written by the person, but unlike the autobiography, instead of telling about the entire life of the person, the memoir tells only about a certain period of time or about a certain experience in that person's life. If former President Barack Obama writes about his experience in the White House, or President Jonathan writes about his experience during the 2015 general elections, those will be memoirs. Ake, for instance, is Professor Wole Soyinka's memoir about some of his childhood years. Talking about autobiographies, it was Samuel Goldwyn, the famous Jewish, Polish, American film producer, who obviously humorously said, "I don't think anyone should write their autobiography until after they are dead." Well, since dead men don't write, the right advice, and I'm sure Samuel Goldwyn would have agreed, is to write your autobiography while you are alive. I'm a big fan of autobiographies, so I like to recommend them to people to read. The interesting thing is that some very accomplished Nigerians have written autobiographies worth reading. You are probably familiar with the more popular ones, so we won't bother with those today. But we thought we should recommend 5 that you just might not have read. So, here are 5 Nigerian autobiographies you should read.
The Audacity on the Bound, A Diplomatic Odyssey by Olushola Sanu. Ambassador Olushola Sanu has served Nigeria across the globe as ambassador to Ethiopia, Belgium, the Caribbean, the USA, Mexico, China, Australia, and New Zealand. In the United Nations, he served for 9 years as a member of the UN Advisory Committee on Administrative and Budgetary Questions, the most powerful subsidiary organ of the United Nations. The Audacity on the Bound, A Diplomatic Odyssey, gives an account of his story and his international diplomatic career spanning over 25 years. The book is written with candor, insightfulness, and humor. It reads like an enthralling part history, part biography, and part thriller. In the Corridors by Obafemi Olopade. In the Corridors is a book about one of the most remarkable, yet relatively unknown influences in Nigeria's often complicated political and business circles. Chief Obafemi Olopade, a 90-year-old businessman and longtime close friend to former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, has for many decades had the rare privilege of seeing critical events unfold behind the scenes within the corridors of power in Nigeria. In this autobiography, he shares some of his observations and experiences within those corridors, offering the reader insights into occurrences in Nigerian politics that are usually shrouded in mystery. From his business experiences and his journeys around the world to his meetings with kings and presidents, Chief Obafemi Olopade shares it all. Odyssey of a Green Eagle by Patrick Ekeji. Patrick Akeji was a star footballer for Rangers of Enugu, Vasco da Gama of Enugu, and Nigeria's national team that was formerly called the Green Eagles. He eventually rose through the ranks of sports administration in Nigeria to become the Director General of the National Sports Commission. In The Odyssey of a Green Eagle, from the pitch to the summit, this accomplished sportsman shares his journey from the football pitch to the summit of sports administration in Nigeria. From his humble beginnings on the playground of the Obalende Barracks and his playing days with the legendary Christian Chukwu, Segun Odegbami and Emmanuel Okala, through his stint as Green Eagles coach, Patrick Akeji in Odyssey of a Green Eagle takes the reader on an exciting journey of sporting history. Akeji's autobiography is an important book chronicling an era of greats in Nigerian sports. The Story of My Two Worlds, Challenges, Experiences and Achievements by Honorable Justice M.A. Akambi. Justice Akambi had a very distinguished career as legal practitioner for about 40 years. It all culminated in his appointment as President of Nigeria's Court of Appeal in 1992. After his retirement in 1999, he served on several boards and commissions, including being pioneer chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Related Offences Commission, ICPC. The Story of My Two Worlds, Challenges, Experiences and Achievements is an autobiography that not only explores the personal life of Justice Akambi, but also provides insights into some of his incredible experiences in public life, celebrated legal cases he handled, the ICPC experience, and his ideals on legal reforms. If I Had Wings by Professor Afolabi Olumide. Professor Falabi Olumide is a gastrointestinal surgeon, a foremost educator and enthusiastic musician. He was the foundational vice-chancellor of the Lagos State University and has had a career in medicine spanning over half a century with stints across Africa, Europe, North America and Asia. If I Had Wings is his autobiography, an important work of history and inspiration. It provides insight into some of his contributions to healthcare, medical education, tertiary education and music, his life philosophies and the convictions that have made him a role model to many people.
Here's where we have to stop today. Thank you as always for joining us. We'll be happy to hear from you through any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Olakunle Kasubo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.